Today, we are diving into the world of GitOps to learn how to set up a GitOps ready cluster on Azure using AKS, Argo CD, and Terraform. GitOps is a modern software development and deployment methodology that uses Git repositories as the single source of truth for both infrastructure and application code. In GitOps, the entire system, including infrastructure and application configurations, is declared and versioned in a Git repository. We start with an empty Git repository that will hold our infrastructure. The first file will define the providers that we will be using to set up our GitOps cluster. Since we are targeting Azure Cloud, we declare the official Azure provider, and it is a good practice to fix the version we will be using. Here we use 3.84.0. Then we initialize our providers with the command terraform init. Next, we define the resource group that will contain our Kubernetes cluster and virtual network. Azure Kubernetes Service will create a dedicated resource group for our Kubernetes nodes. Here we refer to it using the data keyword rather than defining a new one with resource keyword. Next, we specify the configuration for AKS to define the Kubernetes cluster we want to create, like name, location, resource group, which Kubernetes cluster, and we specify the name of the node resource group. Otherwise, a name will be generated for it. We use the free tier since it is sufficient for the size of the cluster we are creating. AKS cluster in this case, and it shows an error because some mandatory fields are not yet defined for this resource. Next, we define the network resources. I prefer using a separate file named network for them. Now we're on Terraform plan to check the resource that will be created when we apply our Terraform scripts. If we are happy with our infrastructure, we apply it with Terraform apply, and we confirm by typing yes. Terraform will create all these resources on Azure using our credentials we provide when we type the AZ login in the terminal. Now that our cluster is provisioned on Azure, we need to ask Azure for credentials. Then we check that we can list cluster nodes with the following command. Now that we have a running Kubernetes cluster, let's deploy Argo CD on it using Terraform with Helm provider. Here we get an error because I forgot to give Helm provider credentials to access our Kubernetes clusters. We fix it quickly and run the script again. We speed up the process. When it finishes, we check that Argo CD is deployed and Argo CD namespace is created and that all the pods are running. Now, to access Argo CD UI, we use port forward command since we didn't define any ingress resources to access our cluster from the outside. To get the admin password, we run the following command. Then when we log in, we see that we haven't deployed any application yet in Argo CD. So with that, we conclude our video. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time.